All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Hobonichi 2025. But before I share with you some of my past Hobonichis and what I was using and enjoying, I want to share with you the inspiration behind today's video. So, just the past couple of days, I have really been enjoying these wonderful Amazon sales with the Moleskine notebooks. 3, 4, 5, even $6, $7, $8 for a daily page Moleskine, right? But a few of my Instagram journal friends, you guys have messaged me asking, why haven't I considered using the Hobonichi? Because their paper quality seems to be pretty consistent with not only fountain pen inks, but darker gel inks. And, well, I know that. See, the thing is, I'm not new to Hobonichi. I've used them back. My very first experience with them was back in 2014, and this was back before I was even on YouTube. I had a little blog, seaweedkisses.com, and I was blogging about my first Hobonichi. And back then, everything was captured on through images. So I was actually taking pictures of my unboxing. I'll link it down below so you guys can have a nice little laugh. But I shared like my very first Hobonichi unboxing. So it was such a fun experience. That was back when Hobonichi was still in Japanese. You had to do like Google Translate. But I realized that paper quality wasn't for me. I was new to Tomoe River paper. I definitely was not using fountain pens, and it was just a foreign experience for me. That paper was so thin and it was almost see-through. It was interesting for me. So I just stuck with my my Moleskine notebooks. But at that time, that's when Midori Traveler's Notebook was really gaining traction here in the United States. And that was where I pretty much stuck with and where I stayed up until, that's pretty much how my YouTube channel originated. Was my very, very first video. If you guys link down below, you'll see that it was my passport Midori flip through, because I was sharing it on Instagram. I started off on Instagram. So where my love for Hobonichi kind of split off was, with Traveler's Notebook. But then, let me show you, okay? And I'm going to, before I share with you the ones I did enjoy, I'm going to quickly say that I'm considering Hobonichi this year because the paper is different now. And for some reason, I seem to like I don't want to say the bad paper, but I from what I understand and from what some of my journal friends have told me, people aren't really fond of the new Tomoe River paper because it's not as slick or smooth, or for whatever reason. Well, that's perfect for me because I love Moleskine, and we know Moleskine paper is not the best, but there's something about it, that tactile feeling. I don't know, there's something about it that I really, really like. So I have a 2024 Hobonichi that I'll show you, that I tested out with my pens, and I really like it. I like it because my gel pens, they don't need dry time, and my fountain pen inks, it's just a smooth experience. Okay, so let me show you let me take a sip here, and I'm going to show you my past Hobonichi covers. In hopes to inspire you when considering this lineup, okay? So let's go ahead and begin with, after Midori, I then fell in love back with Hobonichi not because of the A6 or the A5 Techo, but because of the Mega Weeks. What is it about me loving Mega? I don't know, because I love my expanded Mega Moleskine. And then Hobonichi announced that they came out with their weeks, but it was their thick version, their 384 page version of the weeks. So this, you guys, this was where my love for the Hobonichi weeks all began. I think they came out with the mega version in 2017 for the 2018 year. So wow, you guys, this was like my everyday carry. This literally was my everyday carry. I got the plastic cover and I went all out. I definitely was passionate about, staying in one notebook. I got some patches and stickers. And this is another example to show that if you do not like the color releases for any reason, or maybe it's too plain, I'm sure we all have some sticker stashes that we can go through and just accessorize it ourselves and create like our own creation. Oh, this is a little hack here too that I've been showing, where you get these Velcro dots. Let me see if I have, let me see, did I grab it? I think, wait, hold on. Let me run over. It's on the other side of my shelf. Let me get it real quick. This. It came with 15. Yeah, I still have the original one. I'll link it down below to see if you can still get them on Amazon. But really, it comes with the two that you need. And you just stick the fuzzy side here. This actually comes with the cover. So if you didn't know, when you get the Hobonichi Weeks, this is a used one that I had on a different cover, but it looks like this, and this is where you would slip in the cover. And this is actually, from my understanding, supposed to be like a bookmark placer. So you can you're supposed to like, put this in a page here, and then it's like a placeholder. But you can actually put the Velcro, I put the fuzzy side on the left, and then the toothy side here on the back. And they are already adhesive, and there you go. So this became my love, my everyday carry, slipped in my pen, and you guys, I love this, okay? So I am familiar with Hobonichi. My favorite was just the Weeks. Let me show you. So yeah, this was kind of like it wasn't really so much like a commonplace book, but it was just more just like memory keeping, very light memory keeping. And I think that's why I liked it, because it was very like low pressure. The pages, it had like the weekly spread right here on the side, so I can capture like what I did that day, but it was also blank on the side where I can just write down like highlights or quotes or things that I came across. Like, look, I watched Star Wars apparently that day, and yeah, my work holiday party. And yeah, so you guys, I just love this so much. And with all the extra blank pages on the back, it just allowed me flexibility to journal as well if I wanted to add more from the weekly page. I was collecting these little tea, what are these? Yeah, the tea tags from the yogi tea. I've always collected the fortunes, and look at this, my old receipt from Mido in San Jose. Shout out to my Bay Area friends. So what did I buy here? Some cards, some type of planner for $24.99. What? Maybe it could have been. Was this? Maybe it was the Weeks. Oh, either way. So yes, I am familiar with Hobonichi, but I realized I really just loved the Weeks, and I loved it so much so. This was, again, 2018, right? I loved it so much so that, back in 2019, I picked up this one. Okay, disregard the front. We all know what happened in 2019, all right? 2019 was when just things were like closing and locking down. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Things are just falling apart. The world is like, it just felt like my world was falling apart. Things were not aligning, and things were falling out of place. So I had 2019, but you know what happened? This was when, because I was using this at the same time, and I was carrying this around. This was like also my EDC. So these two were my main journal loves. This, like you guys can see, it's just like so random. Like it's just, I was carrying little receipts here, Jet Pens receipt, and then like quotes that I would come across. So this was more like my commonplace book, and this was just my memory keeper. But what happened was, speaking of mega, That's when Moleskine announced their expanded 400 page. I mean, I went from this for retail $20 to this retail $20. So I said, okay, I don't need a Hobonichi Weeks. I'm just going to use this. And I remember I even experimented with the idea of making this a calendar and just having fun. And my love for this just quickly transformed and shifted over to the Moleskine expanded specifically. And keep in mind, I was not using fountain pens at that time. I was still using just my rollerball pens, and I was happy with it. So I did not realize, that the paper quality was like bad. So to me, I was just having fun. I was just enjoying using, just like basic gel pen, a little bit of gouache, some stamping, some pencil. And then I even, let me see, this is where I experimented with, the calendar layout, because I still wanted something to be, similar to the Hobonichi Weeks, where I have a month at a glance, but I also have like other extra pages where I can journal, doodle, and capture my thoughts. So we're just taking a little stroll down Michelle's memory lane, you guys, the origin story. So yeah, after this, I pretty much I noticed that my love for Hobonichi just transferred solely onto the Moleskine expanded version, as you guys can see and you've known from my videos. Okay, but that didn't stop me from trying to reconnect my love, because every year since then, I have purchased a Hobonichi Mega. So I have the 2020, because we're looking at 18, 19, 20. We all know, again, this is pretty much self-explanatory. Nothing, I really didn't even use this except for, like, ironically, look, I wrote ideas of how, like, I was brainstorming Moleskine ideas. I was so in love with Moleskine, I brainstormed Moleskine ideas in my Hobonichi. So this was 2020, and, just like random, like, notes, still using my little Velcro. And then 2021, here's another example of, if you don't love the cover, you can create one, be creative, have fun. And this year, it's interesting because the me now, I would have loved this cover color, but back then I thought it was just so plain. And I'm really sad that Hobonichi, I feel like the Mega is like the stepchild. The Mega just kind of gets like whatever colors, like maybe 3 or 4 colors. It's like, why doesn't the Mega get like the cool designs, the cool colors or the popular colors? It just kind of gets like the dumped, like leftover colors. That's just the way I feel. It never has like a big variety. But this was what was it? Beige? I did not like this. But out of all the ones that were available, I felt like this could work, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use, stamps or patches on here again. That was my thought process. And then I thought, you know what? I don't like this blank canvas. I'm actually just going to, this was actually a printable I was offering on my Patreon back then when I had one. And this, I watercolored this page. So like I colored, collaged. You could see like I used, what is this called? Not the crayon, but pastel, oil. There we go. The oil, crayon, washi, paint splatters here, ink, my Old Fortune. It's like yellow now, the label. And yeah, so what I did was I actually just measured out the Hobonichi, and then you can see here, this is the paper. And then I put it in here, and I loved it then. Now that I transformed it, I did not care that the cover was so plain. So you can do this as well, maybe for this year or any of the years to come. If you don't like the offerings, you can zhuzh it up a little bit with, here's the closure, by decorating it yourself. But okay, hold on. Let's get to the Hobonichi chat, because I want your opinion and I want to know your thoughts. So here's 2022. This one, surprisingly, it morphed into kind of like my like, I liked using this, and halfway through I stopped, because this is when we were like, just life was like hectic and busy, and I needed a bigger notebook. So now it just kind of holds like just personal information, and I refer back to this. So I guess this is kind of a commonplace book, but yeah, I really liked this color in 2022. And I can always tell which ones are my favorite because the decoration is just a little bit more extra. I put like a little bit more into it. And then we just kind of dwindle like 2023. You could see like I didn't even bother getting it a cover. I thought I was going to love it because recently, again, I'm still sticking to my moleskin and just bouncing around with like my spiral notebook. I think that's what it was. That's when I discovered the pen and gear. See, it's funny because I can remember times in my life based on like what planners and notebooks I was using, and that's when I fell in love with the pen and gear spiral notebook. So this became kind of like my EDC, my everyday carry. And then here's 2024, sad little 2024. This is actually my first time experiencing the sneaker. And the sneaker, you can see it's not this hard cover, even though it has this structural cover. I still like that it was flexible because I can like still throw in my pen and it was still flexible, which that is another inspiration behind today's video. Okay, but 2024, I was surprised that the sneaker weeks, it does lay flat, and that was another reason why I never really considered it, because I didn't think it laid flat, but it actually does. And the only thing is the clear cover does not fit it. But if you're wondering why is it so short, I chopped it down on the monthly spread. Hold on. On the monthly spread, you guys, you can see, I put in Stationery Fest. I was planning to go. Oh my gosh, I wanted to go so bad. I had that scheduled to meet so many of you guys, but things and life was happening, so I couldn't go to Stationery Fest this year, which I think is better for me because my wallet was safe, and now I just hoarded all these moleskin notebooks. But also I wanted to go to the San Francisco Pen Show too, because so many of my Bay Area friends have been trying to get me to go. And again, I'm just so upset because you guys know I'm based here in Southern Utah, but back when I was living in San Jose, that was when I wasn't into fountain pens, so I had easy access. I could have just drove up to San Francisco from where I was living. But anyway, I'm hoping to go to Stationery Fest if they host it again in 2025, and I want to do the San Francisco Pen Show. So if you guys are going, would love to meet you guys. But anyway, I cut this down because I like how it is pocket size, like a moleskin. And I shared this in yesterday's video. You can use it in like pocket covers, because really that part that I chopped off, that I went to Staples and had them cut it down, it was really just like the extra, let me show you. It was really just the extra bottom part of the month that I never really used. Let me show you a blank. This part, I had them. That's what I used as a guide. I said, yeah, can you just cut where that line is? So I followed that line all the way to the cover, and I drew a line there. And it does cut off the week, the Sunday, but you can split it here with your Saturday. So now, why is Hobonichi back on my mind for 2025? Well, okay. Truth be told, again, I do have some journal friends that have been urging me to try Hobonichi, and they're like, just give it another try. Let's do it together. And I'm like, I love my moleskin too much. And plus, because it's expanded, you guys saw, I can turn this into my own template. I can draw in my own monthly, weekly, daily. But, you know what drew me in was the Hone edition, or Han, the Han, H-O-N, the Han edition. My friend, okay, on Instagram, she showed me hers. She was like, oh my gosh, look at mine. It's so thick. And I know you love thick notebooks. Oh my gosh, you guys, hers was, I loved it. She had the black, the gingham style. But I wanted to experience it because I always thought it was stiff, like a hard book, like let me show you, like my Leuchtturm. I have a Leuchtturm journal. I'm sure you guys are familiar with like this hardcover. Like, look, it's not even, you can't even really flex it or bend it. And even if I stuck a pen in here, which I like doing. I don't know. It feels like I might break this cover. It just doesn't feel the same. So yeah, the hardcover, just, I don't know. I thought maybe the Hones or the Hone, is it Han? The Hans felt like that. So I love a good deal, and you guys know I've been having some good luck with Amazon. Well, not only me, you guys too. With 2024, a lot of retailers are trying to clear out the old to bring in the new. So because I was getting all these $5 deals with Moleskine, I was curious to know, how much is Hobonichi? Are they clearing out some stuff? Not them personally, but I know retailers. Retailers will use Amazon to, dump their products out there to reach other people. And sure enough, I scored 50% off the A5 edition. The 2024 One Piece. I fell in love with One Piece after watching the Netflix adaptation. That show is so... it gives me all the feels in the best way. And I really, really want, that's the only thing I want from the 2025 line, is that red A6 cover. I wish they had it in the A5, but I'm really thinking, okay, so what happened was, two of my friends were encouraging me to just give it a try. So I ordered this because, again, it was 50% off on Amazon. I think this was like $22 I scored, like $22, $23. So I was like, okay, you know what? Even if, obviously, I'm not going to use it for this year because it's almost over, I can just use whiteout. I can just white out the date like I do with my daily Moleskine, and just upcycle, recycle, reuse. Oh, I love how it comes with this pencil, like this little pencil board, and the pen clip with it. And when I felt this, you guys, because I'm like a tactile person, when I felt it, it just felt so cute. It felt so cute. I was really surprised that it wasn't as stiff as I thought. And when I put in a pen, I can use the elastic. Let me see here. Hobonichi, they sell these little elastic bands. They're elastic rivets. So I can use this technically to, to close this if I wanted to. We'll just pretend like that. But look, I can put my pen in here, and it flex, it molds. And I didn't realize that this version was flexible. Like, it's very flexible, and this fabric, the feel of it, it's so, like, it feels nice in my hands. It feels very, very pleasant. And for someone that likes to carry a notebook like on the go or as an everyday carry, but they don't want the cover, because once you add a cover, it does add a little bit of bulkiness to it. Not a lot, but this is definitely a slimmer profile. Good news is it does fit, your covers, your A6 covers. Well, most of them. It's a little tight, but it could fit. But you have like this extra bulk here with the pen loop, and then you have like about a centimeter right here in the height all around, and the centimeter here on the bottom. So clearly this is still like the thinner profile, and I just love the way it felt. So then I was motivated, and I threw this in the cart on Amazon because, again, it was 50% off. And the thing is, some of you guys too have messaged and saying like you can't find these Amazon deals, especially with the Moleskine. This is a trick that I do. Okay, what I'll do is, if I see something I really like, I will throw in a couple of those items in the cart. Like if I see a daily Moleskine, a pocket Moleskine, A6 Hobonichi, A5 Hobonichi, I'll throw it in the cart. And then I will watch it for a couple of days, because there have been many times where I'll wake up and then the price will reduce by like, half off or like $5 off. But then, sometimes it can go back up. So I was lucky to catch these on sale. And you have to also know that there are different sellers on Amazon. So if you even look up Hobonichi 2024, don't just stick with the first link you find. Just scroll down and find like other sellers sell, or you can even buy some that are used. I just don't know the condition of it. And sometimes the sellers will slash them if they are considered like used condition, whatever that means. We don't know how much it has been written in, but yeah, that's what I did. I threw this in the cart, and it was still 50% off. So after I loved the A6, I got this one. Even though it's outdated, you guys know my little trick. I do not mind whiting out the date, but I got the cat version. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And truth be told, I actually, or a little fun fact, I actually had 2 Siamese cats when I first graduated high school. So when I had my own place, they were like my first, my own pets. We had a family black cat, but then I had 2 Siamese, long hair, short hair. Oh my gosh, Siamese, they have some quirky, interesting personalities. They're pretty much like dogs. They love attention. They're very loud and communicative, and they really love to stick to like their favorite owner. So I thought, okay, I can use this. And surprisingly, it's, bendy again. So if I put in a pen, it could close. Now, what had me really strongly considering the Hobonichi was because I did a pen. This comes with, the board too. I did an ink test, and now that, I don't know, you guys, my Twisby Cafe Bronze with the Robert Oster Cafe Crema, I love this pen. Okay, I love this pen so much. And I love this ink. I love the way this pen feels. I especially love the way it glides so smoothly on paper, whether it's my Moleskine, whether it's copy paper. I love the way it feels with my Pen and Gear Spiral notebook, just all the papers. This is the medium nib, and this is again the Eco Cafe Bronze. But when I did it here on my Hobonichi, and with this new paper, I guess, I didn't realize. Of course, I didn't realize because I haven't used Hobonichi, the Techo, in a while. But the paper doesn't feel as slick as I remembered it, and it has a little bit of I don't want to say toothy, but I feel like it has a little bit more pull to it. Where I remember my impressions of the old Tomoe River paper in Hobonichi, it felt very kind of like slick. So every time I would write with my gel, or mainly my gel or some fountain pen inks, I would have to let it dry a little bit, or I would worry about it smearing. I don't know. Maybe you guys know what I'm talking about, but I guess I could tell the difference, or maybe it's changed, or I'm not sure, but I'm here for it. I like it. So now I'm thinking, okay, do I want to be a Hobonichi girly in 2025? Because I also became a book girly. Like, my love for reading has been revived in this year, and I am on like my 50th book, and I just love reading so much. And that was another reason why I was drawn to these like this version, the Hon edition or the Hone edition, because it looks like a book. Like, it feels like a book, and that's what I want 2025 to be. I want my daily diary to be a completed completed compilation of like my life, my memories, highlights, events, and I can dedicate a day per page. And I've said this before too, like when I show you my Moleskine notebooks, you guys don't, for some of you, I know it's intimidating to like write a full page, but I've shared some things with my journal friends. Like, sometimes I don't even write. Like, I'll paint, I'll draw, I'll sketch, I'll stamp on here. So don't think that you always have to, like, I'll draw, I'll add in, like just little quotes that I hear. So I know that I can do that with the Hobonichi. So, and then when I like look back at it, I can look at, certain pages and say, oh yeah, I remember that day. That day I was feeling very crafty and I was using like old scrap paper, or that day I was being very, experimental with my watercolors, or like my collage pieces. So yeah, I'm excited to give the Hobonichi a try using this 2025. But now that the Moleskine is fountain pen ink friendly, also meaning that it's going to work really well with my dark gel inks. You guys, now I'm torn. I'm torn because, let me show you what it looks like. this is the Moleskine Daily. Now the only thing is I wish the monthly spread was on 2 pages. It's only on 1 page, but it's still small. Like I can write in there. If my favorite gel pen right now is the Uni one, and I also like, oh, I have to show you what I got on jet pens. I also like the Artist Loft from Michaels and my Sarasa. You guys know I love my Sarasa Dry. These two are really good if you love bold gel inks. The Sarasa Dry X20, or you can do X10, and then the Artist Loft from Michaels. So we went through this a couple of days ago, showing that the 2024 is the Moleskine Unicorn paper where there's no bleed through. So now I'm thinking, okay, because again, I'm going to white out these dates. Oh, let me show you, because this is what I can just white this out like this. Let me show you. I did white out already like that, a sample page. And for these whiteout, they come in cream color as well. So I don't know. What I like about the Moleskine is, like the cover is of course flexible. It's slimmer by about, what do we say, like half an inch. And, it already has the elastic. So just like this, it's this version, it has good, portability, where you don't really need a cover on cover. But I'll show you how this looks with an A5 Hobonichi cover if you are interested. And this actually fits an A5 Hobonichi cover as well. For the whiteout test, I did do one. And this is how it looks. This is how it looks with the date. And then I used my whiteout strip. And you can only really tell right here on the weekends. Oh, that's one thing to note too. Like this is the Japanese version, and it has like a Monday start with the monthly and the weekly. This Hobonichi, what's nice about this is that it has your month at a glance, and it has your week at a glance. Starts on a Monday, so you can use this as a planner as well, list tracker, and then it has your daily. So I already did the whiteout test, and yeah, it looks nice. And I just have to go over it with my pen. And then on the weekly, I did that here. I just took out these dates, and then I just go over it. So, I mean, through Amazon for 50% off, I don't have to, stress myself over paying extra shipping on Hobonichi or paying, extra elsewhere. Plus, the thing is, the main factor was the feel of this cover. I really like the feel of this cover, how it's still pretty like durable, but not too stiff. And it's not as delicate as just like their paper, the paper cover. Now, how it looks with an A5 cover, because that's the only thing that I got from this from this year. Oh, did I show you guys the 2024? Okay, the 2024, this was also on sale on Amazon for like $12. Okay, $12. So yeah, I don't mind, again, whiting out the dates and reusing it. But on jet pens, luckily, jet pens to the rescue. I only needed one thing, and this was the only thing that caught my eye, other than the pistachio weeks. You guys, oh my gosh, I love that like olive pistachio color. But I thought, you know what, I can reuse and repurpose this. So I got more of the Uni One pen. They only have them for like a couple dollars on the website, so I added that. And then I got luckily, I got this because they ran out on the Hobonichi website. I got these, and you know what? The reason why I got this was because just like I was showing you guys with the weeks, my thought process was, okay, in the future, if I don't like this, okay, I don't really, the red is kind of, I kind of like the gold foiling, but if there's ever a year that I have the itch to move into a Hobonichi weeks, or an A6 or the A5, and I don't like the cover, I was thinking I can just use this folder, and or this side, I could trim it, okay, just like I did with my paper right here. I could make sure I get the exact dimensions, so I would trim it wherever I want it, and then I would slip it in here, and then I could also like get the back side. So I could use maybe like this in the front and then like this in the back, or I could add this in the front or add that in the back, or I could do that on an A6, or I could even do it like this and then put the cover on cover on this. So I'm going to hold on to these because I feel like this could be a great way to just transform the cover without being sad that maybe there's no cover that I like, because I really like the designs of these. So cute. Okay, so I got these, and then I got this one, this cute, was it called the letters? I know there was one that was it mail and letters, and this one, anyway, I'll link it down below. But oh my gosh, you guys, as soon as I saw this, hold on, I knew I had to get it. This cover is so like fun, so cute, so whimsical, and it's kind of giving me like Studio Ghibli, like nostalgic childhood vibes. And also I really like the little details like the tea bag, because you guys know I'm obsessed with my tea, my Lunch and Fog tea, and then how she has her little notebook, or it could even be like a book here. We see the pen, we see the letter here. So I mean, it's just all things that I feel like I connect with when I send out like happy mail or snail mail or letters to my patrons or to my pen pals. And then on here we have more of the letters. We have the little journal, we have the teacup. I mean, it's just so adorable. We have the little like just like ephemera on here. I'm like, this is so fitting. And then I love how there are these imprinted images. The keychain, you guys know I've been loving keychains on my handbags, so well, this doesn't count. So I feel like this cover just spoke to me. It literally was like, get me. The little key here, and the flower, this little memo ephemera. And okay, so you see this sticker? This sticker is so cute. I was even thinking that what I could do, I could use this outdated Hobonichi Weeks and use it for this year. And I can put this. You guys, I can use this on my Hobonichi Weeks, and all I would need to do is put that cover on it. Where is it? Okay, I misplaced it somewhere. But this clear cover, I could definitely do that. Let me see, where is it? Where did I put it now that okay. It's somewhere. But wouldn't that look so cute? I can technically kind of cover the date. Okay, maybe not, but oh my gosh, I thought that was so perfect. So this red is looking really good. Yeah, so that's how you can have fun and just kind of, make it your own. But, so I'm definitely going to keep this sticker. And then to show you that the hone fits in here, this color, I feel like this was just like meant to be. I'm so glad. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say that I wasn't tempted by the Hobonichi launch, because I certainly was. I even had a couple friends that we were going to go in on. I didn't care for the Paddington, so they were going to use, like my order to get the 3, because you were limited to the 3 Paddington week. So I already had, the anticipation of getting the 3 for them. But we all know, unfortunately, what had happened. So I'm not going to speak about that, because we are here about fun times. Okay, we're gonna look forward to the future. But sticking this in here on the back, you guys, look how cute it fits. I didn't think it was going to, but I was like, let me just try, because I really want to use this A5 cover, even if it's on my moleskin. But I love how like this sage green on the cat cover, it goes well with this lighter kind of sage seafoam green on this A5, so I can protect it, because it does kind of have like like that fabric touch. So it would definitely stain if I got like ink or I don't know, chocolate on here. But I don't want to put a plastic cover on it, because I just love the way it feels, the imprints, the little kitties. So I can use it with this cover. So you guys, I'm excited for this potential. Now, if I don't use it for 2025, I'm not going to be sad, because again, I am just going to jump in whenever I want. Being that this is also in Japanese, I will white out the monthly pages or the monthly spread and the weekly, but I won't have to worry about the daily because, you know, I can't read Japanese. So I technically don't like, this wouldn't bother me because yeah, I'm just going to be focusing on, actually, these are kind of too small. Well, maybe this is, wait, is this Japanese? Wait, why did I think this is Japanese? Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of my, One Piece. My One Piece is in Japanese right here. So like, I wouldn't really, that wouldn't bother me. Like, I just need the date, the day. But here I could just use the whiteout for like that one little side. That I'm just going to focus on these anyway because they're the biggest and the boldest. So yeah, it does fit an A5 cover. I have another one. Oh my gosh, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this? Okay, and then this I could just technically just sit on my desk, and if I were to travel or go out and need to carry this, I can use this protective cover. But I also have this one to show you. Yeah. So some of you wanted to know if the moleskin daily, not the standard because the standard is too thin, but the daily version, would it fit? And I mean, technically it's slimmer, right? So it wouldn't fit if you were to push it all the way, but okay, so like if you push it all the way to the edge, you do have like this extra room here. But what you can do, maybe if you just push it a little bit like towards the spine, it does allow extra room here where if you wanted to put in your fountain pens and then maybe you want to carry like multiple ones and then use like an elastic band to close it, it would protect it. But also, I'm sorry if this video is so long, you guys. You guys know this is our comfort space, talking about all things journals and paper and pens and notebooks. But if you know that you're going to chunk up your moleskin like mine, this would be, yeah, it could be a possibility, especially if there's a cover that you know you're drawn to, like me. If you know you're like drawn to a cover and you want to make it happen, but you really want to use like a moleskin expanded or the moleskin daily, just to show you how it would work with a chunky, like a chunkified moleskin. What's nice is, I think, yeah, this would be really good because if you were to carry this around, again, you can put the elastic band over it. And then you could still keep your pens in here to protect it, but it would still like have all this room. So it's not a tight fit, it's not a snug fit, but I mean, yeah, it could technically work. And then if you were just like at your desk and you wanted, if you wanted it to be like, oops, my paperclip, if you wanted it to be like somewhere open because you want to carry like ephemera, your washi strips, some cards, you want to put stickers in here, because maybe you go to the cafe or the park or with meetups. This is convenient because you can put in, other accessories and ephemera and whatnot, stickers, post-it notes, and like that. Oh, speaking of post-it notes, that's another thing I already thought out too when it came to the A5 cousin. On this side, on the weekly, instead of whiting this out, I actually have these post-it pads. I mean, the benefit of being a stationery lover, right? You pretty much have like everything, every size. You can make anything happen. I can just use this and then just cover it like that. And then right here, I can use this to document something. So the many possibilities. What do you think? What should I do? I really would love to know, especially for those that maybe know me through this channel or maybe have been in this situation, and maybe you can share what has worked for you, what reasons maybe you enjoyed the Hobonichi cousin, or maybe why you didn't enjoy it, what reasons would you that you've enjoyed using like a daily moleskin over the cousin. Right away, the two things that I can note again would be like the slimmer profile of the moleskin, okay? And if you don't care for the weeks, if you don't use the weekly spread, and maybe you don't need that because you use like a scratch pad, like the pen and gear, maybe you use this and you don't really need that, then I could see maybe why this could just be more beneficial, because you're really just working with the daily pages. So that's where I'm kind of like humming and hawing over for 2025, because I do want to stay in one one journal. I'm not going to say I'm only using one notebook. I have multiple notebooks for different things. So, but I want like one daily log journal. And the weeks, unfortunately for me, because now that I know I want to log so many things, especially because, again, I love reading. Oh, did I go back to that? Yeah, I love reading. So I want the final version to be like a book form, but I also have a lot more to write for 2025. All my favorite books, my impressions, my thoughts, my to be read list. So I know that I will have no problems filling up whichever version, whichever brand I go with. So what do you guys think? Should I do Team Hobonichi A5 cousin or Team Moleskin daily page, or are you torn? Or either works. Maybe I'll do a poll in the community tab, or you guys can comment down below and let me know, and then I'll hope to I'll read all of your guys' like thoughts and opinions, and my 2025 lineup. This is pretty much the only thing I'm waiting for, and then my lineup, I should be able to have that video up shortly after. So yeah, let me get to now my my ice my iced tea, and I think I pretty much covered everything. And what are you guys using for 2025? Do you guys already know what your main journal is going to be, or even like maybe your main planner? Would love to hear from you.